When the HydrovarX is initially powered, a commissioning Genie will appear to help guide the user through the initial programming. If the unit has already been programmed, it is possible to reset the commissioning and run the Genie again. To reset the commissioning Genie, press the Multifunction button. Then, using the arrow keys, enter the password. The default password is 066. Once the password has been entered, press the Enter button. Using the arrow keys, scroll down to the M09 General Settings menu and press the Enter button. Using the arrow keys, scroll down to menu 9.3 Factory Settings and press the Enter button. Using the arrow keys, scroll down to menu 9.3.06 Commissioning Completed and press the Enter button. Using the arrow keys, select No to reset the control and reinitialize the setup Genie and press the Enter button. You can now use the arrow keys to back out to the main menu screen or press the Multifunction button. Now cycle power to the control to reset the unit. Once the unit is powered, a screen will appear allowing the user to program the control with the guidance of the setup Genie. Press the Enter button to begin. The first option to be set is the language to be used by the user interface. Using the arrow keys, scroll to the language you would like to use and press the Enter button. The next selection screen will allow the end user to tell the control how the circulator will be used. The choices are Single Pump, Serial Cascade, and Synchronized Cascade. Using the arrow keys, scroll to the desired setting and press the Enter button. The Genie will now run the user through the parameter setup. Press the Enter button to continue. The first parameter set allows the end user to select between pressurization or circulation mode. Using the arrow keys, scroll to the desired setting and press the Enter button. The next parameter set will allow the end user to tell the control what sensor it will be using for control. The choices are Actuator, Constant Pressure, Proportional Pressure, Proportional Quadratic Pressure, Constant Flow, Constant Temperature, or Constant Level. Using the arrow keys, scroll to the desired setting and press the Enter button. Next, the end user can select how the control will display measurements. The choices are SI units, which are designed for European markets, or Imperial units, which are designed for US markets. Using the arrow keys, scroll to the desired setting and press the Enter button. The next screen will show the end user how the control will display measurements based on the programming so far. If one of the units of measure is not the desired result, it can be changed by using the arrow keys to scroll to the setting the user would like to change. Once the desired parameter is highlighted, press the Enter button. Using the arrow keys, it is now possible to change the unit of measure. Once the desired change has been made, press the Enter button. Once all parameters are set to the desired unit of measure, use the arrow keys to scroll to OK, Continue, and press the Enter button. The next screen will allow the user to set the full scale of the sensor used. In this scenario, we have chosen pressure. The range is 0 to 1,450. Using the arrow keys, scroll to the desired setting. It is possible to hold the arrow key to make significant changes, or simply press the arrow key to change the value by a factor of 1 for each press. Once the desired change has been made, press the Enter button. The next screen allows the user to select the set point being used. In this scenario, we are using pressure. The range is 0 to 250. Using the arrow keys, scroll to the desired setting. Once the desired changes have been made, press the Enter button. Next, the user can set the start value after the unit stops. The range is 0 to 100%. Using the arrow keys, scroll to the desired setting. Once the desired changes have been made, press the Enter button. Next, the user can set the minimum threshold. By default, this is disabled. To enable this setting, Use the arrow keys to choose the minimum threshold. The range is 0 to 250. Using the arrow keys, scroll to the desired settings. Once the desired changes have been made, press the Enter button. Next, the user can set a delay time. The range is 1 second to 100 seconds. Using the arrow keys, scroll to the desired setting. Once the desired changes have been made, press the Enter button. Next, the user can program the control to trigger an alarm or error code when the piping is being filled or low on water. This setting is disabled by default, but can be changed to suit the user's preference. Using the arrow keys, scroll to the desired setting. Once the desired changes have been made, press the Enter button. The next screen allows the user to program the date. Using the arrow keys, scroll to the desired setting for the day. Repeat this process for the month and year. Once the date has been entered correctly, press the Enter button. The next screen allows the user to enter the current time. Using the arrow keys, it is possible to change the hour between AM or PM. Once the hour is set, using the arrow keys, scroll to the desired setting and press the Enter button. Now that all of the Genie parameters have been set, the screen will show the user the result of those settings. To continue, press the Enter button. Congratulations! The Setup Genie is now complete. Press the multifunction button to return to the home screen.